What's up, my beautiful people? Exile451 here with your daily dose of Reddit hope and happy. And today, we're going back into r/getdisciplined to talk about some things you need to understand and do if you want to really change your life. So, let's get to it. Our first post is from user Melodic Giraffe. 6 things you need to understand if you want to change your life. I ruined my life in my early teenage years. I was a total mess from 18 to 25. Well, I was a mess before 18 too, but I wasn't aware of it. Which was cool because it didn't hurt. I saw that I was a mess when my friendships started to fade away because I was always behind everyone else. Less money, less education, less everything. You know you messed up when the kid that you bullied in school becomes your boss and you're a cashier. I was frustrated, angry, and full of resentment towards my parents and my circumstances. For a long time, I blamed my parents. Until one day when I sat down and started wondering, why is my life so messed up? Most of the reasons were my own decisions, and very few because of the circumstances I grew up in. It was something hard to swallow. But I was determined to change my life. Luckily, most of my problems were self-inflicted. Why luckily? Because I knew that I could change. It was a choice. I have battled a huge 10-year gambling addiction which literally ruined me. I'm not talking only financially, but emotionally and spiritually too. Ruined relationships and years of my life. Besides gambling, all I did was masturbate and procrastinate all day long. I knew that if I could kill these 3 unhealthy habits, my life would change, or at least wouldn't be so miserable. My whole life, I was good at 2 things: boxing and marketing. I started boxing from a very young age, and I was pretty talented. And marketing, let's just say that I used to sell stuff. I knew that my boxing ages were behind me, and I couldn't make it big from that, so I kept boxing as a hobby and put all my eggs in my marketing basket. More specifically, direct marketing/affiliate marketing. Well, I failed miserably for 2 years. Tens of failures, if not hundreds. Thing is, I was used to failing. Very used to, maybe too used to. So it was normal to me. When I was gambling, I was losing money daily. You know how that works. So failure wasn't anything new or out of the ordinary. After 2 years, things started to work for me. I won't tell you how much money I'm making and how I'm living now because it's not relevant. Also, I wouldn't call myself rich, but at least well off. So here are 6 things that you need to understand when you want to change your life. First, habits are everything. 99% of your future successes are done by your habits. On the flip side, same with your failures. Habits can make you your best version of yourself, but they can also ruin you. Habits are like a superpower. A boring superpower, but still a superpower. Second, perseverance. Don't just give up on things. It'll eventually work out. And if it doesn't, try something else as many times as you need. You'll never regret something that you tried, but you'll always regret something that you didn't. Regret is a huge motivator for me. Third, success is not a straight line. Oh no. Most things never work from the beginning, so don't get frustrated and dwell on your losses too much. Learn to let go. Don't get attached to your ideas. Fourth, listen to your inner voice. You know when you're doing something that you shouldn't, right? That little voice doesn't tell you what to do, but it does tell you what not to do. Listen to it when it says not to eat that 5th chocolate or not to open the 3rd bottle of beer. 5th, read/write a lot. Learn from other people's mistakes. Finally, be your own hero and start things backwards. It may not be the right expression, but English is not my first language, so you'll have to forgive me. I'll explain what I mean. I bet you always imagine yourself that when you achieve this or that, you're going to change your lifestyle and your habits. The thing is, you have to change your lifestyle and habits first, and then expect to become successful. Not the other way. If I did it, you can too. Stay safe and good luck, guys. Well, OP, thank you so much for sharing this. I'm glad to hear that you're doing so much better with where you're at in life right now. And it's kind of funny how common sense all of these things are, and yet at the same time, there's something that so many people overlook in their desperate pursuit of success. These are tips that really anyone is capable of doing. Habits are really difficult to make, especially if it's something that's stretching you and pushing you wildly out of your comfort zone. I mean, for example, right now, I've been doing all this bodyweight workout stuff. I got a book from my parents for Christmas, and I've been trying to get back into the same shape that I was in college. And every 4 weeks, it cycles up to a more difficult exercise. And so Monday was the day that I went into stage 3. And let me tell you, I was so tempted to break that habit that I've built over the last 2 months of working out 3 times a week. And while I didn't get through the entire thing, because let me tell you, it kicks your trash. This is a really intense workout, especially that first day. I do feel as though I've seen success. I've noticed I'm slimming down, my abs are becoming more defined again, and my biceps are becoming bigger again. I'm seeing things happen because of that habit. Whereas before, the habit I had of just kind of pushing it off, or really only kind of just doing exercise when I felt like it, didn't really take me anywhere that I needed to be. That just seems so common sense, and yet so many people forget that. All of these things are so relevant to keep in mind. And to be entirely honest, I'm probably going to print up this part and put it somewhere in my little studio just to remind myself of what it takes to be successful, of the simple things that it takes to find success. As I said before though, I'm glad to hear that you're doing so much better. Thank you so much for sharing the post. And wherever you're at, I really do wish you the best. Our next post is from user Seors. But first, if you're enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you can get more of your daily dose of Reddit Happy. Also, check out the channel and social media at the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Patreon links in the description below. The 30-day approach to self-discipline. Hi there. I signed up for Reddit today because I saw this subreddit, and lately I'm starting to gain more interest in self-discipline. So I wanted to share my approach to self-discipline. First, set a goal you want to create a habit for. There are so many things in my day-to-day life I would like to create a habit for. If I would start all those activities, no matter how small they are, simultaneously, my day would be filled. That's why I pick one thing I would like to make a habit, and I will do it for 1 month. For example, this month, I will meditate 30 consecutive days. Second, start small. Now, you can start meditating and try to be like a Tibetan monk and meditate for an hour a day. But I can promise you that every day will feel like you have to climb Mount Everest. You are not used to your new habit yet. Otherwise, it would be a habit already. That's why it's important to start very small. Even doing your new habit for a minute a day can get your mind used to the fact of doing your habit. Because eventually, this 1 minute, or maybe 5, will get easy after 1 month. And this is an indicator of your progression towards your new habit. Third, make a tick sheet. To make your goal more fun, you can create a tick sheet. A tick sheet is a sheet where you can put a check mark for every day you executed your new habit. The game is about not breaking the chains of check marks. You're allowed to have 1 day off of your habit once a week. For that day, you write down an R for rest. The game is to not break the chain of check marks and R's for the entire month. If you did your habit 6 days a week with 4 resting days, you should end up with 26 check marks and 4 R's. My advice is to also print out the tick sheet and put it in your bedroom or bathroom. I've tried some digital apps, but I truly noticed that I didn't open the app after a week anymore, despite the notification it sent me daily. I tend to get notification blind after a while, and I think I'm not alone. Finally, some tips for strengthening your habit. If after 30 days you feel like dropping your habit immediately, consider 2 things. Is this habit truly beneficial for my life? Or is this something I truly hate? I have tried to integrate doing a cold shower every day, but especially in the winter, I hated it so much I couldn't keep the habit. But for my meditation habit, something I really like to do and need, I want to take it to a higher level next month. This month, I'm doing a minimum of 5 minutes or more, and if I don't break the chain for this month, I will increase the minimal time for next month. Also, being held accountable by someone works pretty good for me. Make a bet with someone that you will keep your promises and keep doing the dang habit for 30 days. I'm curious about discipline strategies from you guys, and please let me know what you think of this strategy. Well, OP, honestly, I think this ties in with part of the first post extremely well, in that habits are basically kind of essential to helping set us up for success. And developing those habits is one of the hardest things to do. I've mentioned this in at least 2 other videos, I think, but there's a video that I see make the rounds on social media every so often where it's this Marine Corps general or something like that at a commencement speech, where he talks about what his advice is to people who ask how they can change the world. And he simply says, start with making your bed every morning. That simple amount of discipline can lead to building the habits, to making the habits that you need to find success in life. It's totally doable, it's not that hard, and especially with all of the excess time people are having right now with quarantines and lockdowns and everything else, this is the time to work on building those habits. This stuff works. You can totally do this. And your advice isn't person-specific. Anyone can do this. It's simple, it's small, and it can lead to profound changes. So thank you so much for sharing the post, for sharing your strategies for building successful habits, and wherever you're at, I really do wish you the best. That was r/Get Disciplined, and if you're looking for more stories and advice about how to better implement discipline in your life, then go ahead and check out the playlist link in the description below. Now, you guys stay safe, stay healthy, stay inside if you're supposed to. I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, I'm Exile451. Stay beautiful, people.